Apple's next event of the year is just about a week away now, WWDC 2024, and this is going to be a very interesting WWDC for a major reason. Let's talk about it. First, let me get this out of the way first. A lot of people expect new products at every Apple event, but WWDC is not a hardware-focused event. It's mainly software. Now, granted, the last 2 years of WWDC saw some of Apple's biggest hardware announcements ever, but WWDC is a software-first event, and this year should just be that, software. A lot of people are theorizing that we'll see new M4 Macs at WWDC since we just got the M4 chip in the iPad Pro. But the earliest we're hearing that we'll see any M4 Macs is this October. So sorry to burst your bubble, but the chances of hardware this year at WWDC is highly unlikely. Now let's talk about the headliner of this year's WWDC and the word you'll hear the most, AI. Apple themselves have been talking a lot about AI. Earlier this year, Tim Cook himself confirmed during the Q1 earnings call that Apple is investing a lot of time and effort into AI, and they'll share what they have been working on later this year. In the press release for the M3 MacBook Air, Apple mentioned how the MacBook Air was the world's best consumer laptop for AI. And in the recent Q2 earnings call, there was a ton of talk about AI during that as well. And the biggest and most recent sign of Apple's AI work is with the recent May 7th event. Apple talked about how the M2 chip in the iPad Air was great for AI workflows.
With M2, the new Air is also an incredibly powerful device for AI.
And how the M4 chip in the new iPad Pro was designed entirely around AI, with Apple's fastest neural engine, or NPU, yet. And with Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro for iPad 2, Apple introduced a couple of new AI features for those as well, including Stem Splitter in Logic Pro, where you can separate the vocals, drums, bass, and other parts of a song without needing the original song file. And in the new Final Cut Pro 10.8 update for the Mac, there's new AI features like smooth slow-mo and enhanced light and color. Apple is very much open and out there about AI, and this is really only the beginning. WWDC 2024 has long been rumored to be the place where Apple showcases their AI work. Siri is finally going to be getting smarter, as Apple is apparently going to make Siri the ultimate digital assistant. And Apple is working on more AI features for Pages and Keynote for potential AI-assisted slide deck creation and writing, along with updated version of Xcode with AI code completion, along with many more AI features throughout iOS, iPadOS, macOS, and visionOS. These AI chatbots and tools you keep seeing are powered by an LLM, or a large language model. ChatGPT, for example, is powered by OpenAI's GPT-4 LLM. Same thing with Google Gemini and more. Apple themselves have been working on their own large language models for years. And it looks like these AI models will mostly be processed on device with the Apple Neural Engine, an IP block in the chip to excel AI operations. That's been in almost every Apple Silicon chip since 2017 with the A11 Bionic in the iPhone 8 and iPhone 10. But it looks like Apple is also setting up AI servers powered by M2 Ultra chips, currently Apple's fastest chip and third fastest AI chip. But like a lot of things in life, you sometimes need a little help, and that's why Apple is reaching out to two of the biggest AI players right now in the AI space to use their language models on Apple platforms. Apple has been working with Google to bring Google Gemini to Apple's new 2024 platforms. Gemini was talked a lot about at Google I/O recently, as it's being heavily integrated with Android 15. But Apple has also been reaching out to OpenAI, who is arguably the single biggest player in the AI space right now. Apple has been reaching out to OpenAI to integrate GPT-4 into iOS and all of Apple's other platforms. This gets more exciting as OpenAI just announced GPT-4o, GPT-4 Omni. This version of GPT-4 was shown to be incredibly advanced for vision and voice. This completely murders devices like the Rabbit R1 and Humane AI pin, which were already heavily criticized by many reviewers. For Apple to integrate this into iOS 18 and put this into the hands of all iPhone users is really exciting. Right now, while AI has been absolutely blowing up over the last 2 years, it's not really had its moment yet. It's still not really understood by most regular everyday consumers. But Apple here, with one simple update, is about to put AI into the hands of over 1 billion active Apple devices. Apple is about to usher in the iPhone moment for AI. I keep seeing a lot of people say that AI is useless or AI isn't going to be a big deal, but once Apple utilizes it, once Apple goes up on stage to tell you why AI is such a big deal, I have a feeling that a lot of you who currently think that may change your minds. And the thing is, iOS 18 and all of Apple's new software this year with AI is only the beginning of Apple's AI journey. Because Apple has something really big coming. Their next big product category entirely fueled by AI. Apple has been hard at work on a robot. Yes, you heard me right. A robot. The idea behind this robot is it's a personal assistant that'll be able to do things like your chores without you doing anything. This idea is similar to that of Amazon's Astro robot, but that's nowhere near as ambitious as this Apple bot. This product will introduce us to the new era of ambient computing. Just like how the Mac introduced us to personal computing, the iPhone introduced us to mobile computing, and how Apple Vision Pro is introducing us to spatial computing, the Apple Bot is set to introduce us to ambient computing, where this product will just blend into your everyday life. You do not need to think about it. It's going to do the thinking for you. Now, it's unclear on when the Apple Bot is coming, or even if it's coming, but we do know that somewhere in the spaceship in Cupertino, Apple is working on it. So with very high ambitions set for WWDC 2024, it's safe to say that this year's WWDC is one to look forward to. Apple may be about to change everything, and I'm really excited to see what our boy Tim has been cooking.